Hello, hello. I finally got the gist of how to make the mic always work. I was a dumbass. Alright. How you doing? Let me just set this. It's a little bit different. You're gonna see why. Because I'm still chilling, technically. Let me put the... There you go. And... Hold on. How y'all doing? Hold on a second. Dual screen, actually, that side. How y'all doing? Yes, I'm gonna be trucking while commenting. Why not? I got addicted to this game all of a sudden, man. Like, it's just so relaxing to go on the road, you know, especially nighttime with a truck talking about shit. So, a little context to the video that you're gonna see up there. Very simply, there was this woman that went viral on TikTok because she was scared that a man was approaching her in the parking lot when she was getting in the car. And I heard the stories, I got all that situation. I'm not complaining about that. But then she was not happy with being scared. She had to make a video, you know, highlighting how never, in any situation, any man, for no reason, no matter how nice, should approach women in the parking lot. And here is what I'm going to say. I'm a bit on the fence because I understand the feeling. But then again, that's a little bit, you know, you're generalizing a little bit. You're just assuming everyone's the same. So let me just read some of the comments before I start the video. I'm doing good, Loopy. How you doing? I'm going to try to jump into Discord. I got, you know, pretty much I was on a break. I decided, you know what, fuck you two for a while. And I started doing a bunch of other fucking things, activities and all that. So I'm good now. How you doing, Alisha? I missed you for a long time now. I expect society to fall in a couple of years after watching that video in the video picture. So you saw this one. All right. So goes to play COD. No. COD stresses me the fuck out. Right. So let me just I watched some of the video. Like, this is mostly someone talking. This is going to be a triple react. I know you love those. But let me just start this.
So this TikTok comes out.
Relax. They pumped those.
And it's do not approach me. And it goes
dude, that
viral.
did nothing.
There were several follow-ups. We're gonna play these because I want you to see
is that
the
good?
original, and then I wanna interestingly, everyone got twisted in a knot over this. Let's go to the first one, Deli. That's number 4.
Let me just make sure double screen.
Okay, let's play. You may have seen this already. Bear with me.
Okay, we're good. Sorry, hold on.
Right now, because I just had a man approach me in a parking lot, and
if you can't see the dual screen, let me know.
Find how to address it because it was in a book I read, and this is how you're supposed to address it, but it scared me.
Oh, she read a book.
I'm literally shaking. So this guy, I am alone with my son, by myself, a woman, and a male approached me in a parking lot. He's, "Excuse me, miss," and I don't know why in the hell he was approaching me or what he was trying to do. And before he was probably 30 feet from me when he said, "Excuse me, ma'am," and I turned around and I literally yelled and I said, "Do not approach me." And he like immediately started going in the other direction, and I just kept saying it over and over and over. I said, "Do not approach me, do not approach me." And he of course like got like, "What the F?" Like, he started cussing and yelling like, what's your problem? And I looked at him, and he actually then crossed a couple cars down from my car, and he didn't come anywhere near me. He crossed a couple cars down from my car and was like, "What's continuing to cuss and say, what's your problem?" And
all
I
good
said,
signs.
"You do not approach women in a parking lot." I just kept saying, "Do not approach me. You do not approach women in a parking lot," like yelling it. No male should ever approach a woman in a parking lot. Ever. No male should ever approach a woman in a parking lot. And if a male does approach you, you need to turn around and use the strongest voice that you can possibly use with them. Don't be polite. They need to literally screw off. No male should be approaching you in a parking lot.
Okay. So that's the first.
Let me stamp on that one because that's a bit confusing to me. Here's the thing. First and foremost, she was this scared to the point of making a TikTok before instead of running away. That makes it seem like the situation wasn't that grave after all. I'm not saying that this couldn't be dangerous in like 1 fucking second, but every single little sign that she gave us was an indication that this man meant no harm. If there was a man who was gonna attack you, okay, any human being, not just women, they're not gonna, you know, shout their presence in order to not surprise you. Like, surprising is usually in the very first thing criminals do to get an advantage. No matter how, if you're a woman or a man, especially a man, I guess, because you need every little advantage. But then there's also the point that is incredibly confusing to me. As I said, imagine if this was a situation like she doesn't take any nuance. Imagine if this was a situation of me finding a fucking wallet, your wallet. I know it's yours because I just saw you drop it. I approach you. I get bombarded with this negative, I guess, reaction when I was trying to be nice to a woman. What kind of message do you think men are gonna like get from that interaction? Because you complain about men being assholes, you know, men being dangerous around women, but you keep feeding this negative feedback, like this negative feedback loop, right? When there's a guy who, let's imagine this guy's an incel. Let's imagine this man is an absolute fucking idiot when it comes to women. But there was this one time he said, you know what, I'm gonna do something nice for women. Maybe I was being a jerk. And he picks up the wallet, approaches you, and you give him this fucking attitude. What do you think he's gonna get out of that reaction? Like, fuck women, I guess. And he's gonna keep the wallet. You're gonna pretty much have your documentation all fucking gone. When this interaction could be a lot simpler. I'm not saying that you have to be nice to people who approach you in a very aggressive tone, especially men. But you need to use your fucking brain. There was a reason why you got a brain. And not applying that. Of course people are gonna think you're an asshole. Not him. Villainizing women. Oh shit. Hey, motherfucker. Sorry about that. Villainizing men. Yeah, bad stuff happens but we can't treat them like that. You're literally playing TikTok when not TikTok. Fucking TikTok is affecting my brains too. Tic-tac-toe, right? You don't play by turns. You don't get to say, you know, since men treated women like shit for the past centuries or whatever the fuck, now we're gonna start doing our own reign. No, like if you understand that that shit that happened back then is bad, then start improving now. You cannot go back and forth because now it's your group's turn. That doesn't fucking work that way. Okay? And one thing, like for example, what she's teaching women to say, like, you know, do not be polite, do not feel afraid to not be polite. I get that if the guy is actively being aggressively, but that's not when it should be applied. Like, it shouldn't be applied every single fucking time, no matter the circumstances. You gotta analyze what's happening, which you didn't. If a girl yelled at me, I would straight up punch the fuck out of her. Also, I bet she's a feminist. I don't care what the fuck she is. I just find incredibly dangerous for her to teach this to young girls and all that this reaction is only going to be positive from now on. Like, that's going to be the solution for everything. To react in a way that is going to push most people to say, I guess, fuck women then. Because this is not a good... It means that you were the fucking asshole because this man did not necessarily want to do something to you. Obviously, all situations are not the same. There could be some situations where yelling is going to push people's attention towards you, and that might save your life. But this is not one of it, because if it was, she wouldn't be in that parking lot making a fucking TikTok. Okay? That wouldn't happen. Oh shit, Lord Vader, that sucks. With her attitude... Oh shit. That's dangerous. With her attitude, I wouldn't be surprised if she was single. She can be... I think that's a good thing. Even though she does have a kid, man. I think you ignore that little point. Clearly all men aren't bad. Her ass got a kid. Well, yeah, there you go. That's a great... Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But yeah. Let me see what... I've seen this face before, this woman here, but I don't know her name.
You heard the baby in the back seat?
I see the baby like... Wah, wah.
Oh, that's loud.
The baby's probably like, you crazy, mama. You crazy.
Hold on a second. Why did he get loud? Who adjusts the mics in this fucking studio, man? This is loud.
If that baby could talk, he'd be like, Mom.
Maybe her ex approached her.
Take some. Exactly. Mom, take some melatonin.
Okay, she was yelling.
So we see this and controversy erupts. Here's my take. And we're going to show, then there were follow-ups. Were there? There were 3, actually. But my immediate reaction was, as I watched everybody be like, oh, she's right. Oh, she's crazy. So I'm a female, right? I'm little. It just doesn't do justice to how small I actually am. Anytime I post a picture from here, it looks like I'm just either looking, everyone's either much bigger this way, much bigger. Something's just, I don't know. I'm like kind of like a dwarf. But regardless, it's broad daylight. So I say, okay, it's broad daylight. You're in a parking lot. You're saying the guy said, "Excuse me, ma'am." And
that's an important point. Whoever got mugged with someone saying, excuse, like scammed, I get it. Robbed? Ma'am, could you so politely hand over your fucking bag? Like, that's not gonna happen. Nobody ever got mugged, and the words that they heard before was, "Excuse me, ma'am." That's not gonna happen. So that already started in a way that even as a guy, I would be like, you know what? I'm gonna still be, paying attention to this encounter. But it's starting well. That's how you usually approach people, being nice and all.
30 feet away. So that doesn't sound to me as like a menacing threat. It's not dark out. He's not right there. He's not pushing himself on you in some way. It just sounded like, to me, like, what does she have some experience with trauma in this area before? Has she had a terrible experience before? Did something go on to make this level of a reaction to the scene as she described it, right? With that being said, I immediately said to myself, yeah, guys just should never approach women in parking lots. You just shouldn't. You shouldn't, because it's a position where you see in movies a lot, where women are trying to get to their car and, oh my gosh, and there's like a guy coming, and it just has a menacing vibe to it just by nature. So, okay, he shouldn't have approached her in a parking lot unnecessarily, but was there a reason, and did she overreact? Seemed like there was to be...
Again, people have to apply. I understand things can be scary, man. Like, flying is safe. But I can still be terrified from time to time when fucking turbulence hits. I know how safe a plane is. I know, but it's still scary. I understand those things get in your mind, but I'll never go to my, to my family or wherever I'm going with on vacation. Like, shit, I'm not going because there's a plane and I'm scared of them. Even though statistically, I'm much safer on a fucking plane than being on a highway with my own car. It's scary, but that doesn't mean automatically that I have to presume things. You gotta be extra careful, I suppose. Even though in a plane you can't do shit. But in a parking lot, I understand it, especially if it's not dark, it's nighttime and all that. I understand it can be scary. And I'll try my hardest to make the encounter the less suspicious possible. But what the fuck am I supposed to do if I have a wallet? Sure, I'll have your identity, I'll have your name and all that. But I'm gonna go the extra effort to make you have your identity retrieved, your money, all that kind of stuff, like your possessions, essentially. Because you felt like, or I thought that you might be scared. I'm gonna try my hardest not scared. I'm not gonna be like, hey, bitch, I know how to approach people. And I understand parking lots can be shady, but they're not inherently bad places, okay? Especially considering that, a parking lot, the same way that a parking lot is not going to make you automatically attacked, everywhere else is still also a theater of violence, let's call it. So again, broad daylight, parking lot, I understand it can be problematic, but the guy was standing, what did she say? Like 30 feet or whatever the fuck? I don't use imperial units, so I don't know how far that is. But it seems like it's a comfortable distance. And again, you have to apply fucking logic. You gotta use your brain a little bit. No matter how scared of you are situations, you gotta, in a certain way, overpower your fear. I understand that sounds fucking weird, but you do it all the time in your day-to-day life. I understand she might have like a traumatic experience, but that doesn't excuse bad behavior, such as, shouting like a fucking maniac and telling this man to go fuck himself, essentially. That's shit. Metro King. Imagine if he was parked right next to her. What if? Imagine this. What if she accidentally scraped the paint off his car? Like, how is he? Is he not supposed to fucking approach because she's in a parking lot? Like, there's literally no situation where you think man should approach. There's nothing at all. Like, I'm just gonna let you go around. Like, oh, understandable. Have a good day. I'll just paint my own car at my own expense, I suppose. Clearly, it wasn't this case, because otherwise the guy would have persisted. I would have. I mean, you're not gonna leave when you fucking scrape my paint like that. But shit, like, there are circumstances that you have to equate.
Shaken like this in broad daylight seemed odd to me. It struck me as odd. Okay, so then let's keep watching. Let's watch the second one.
There's more?
In a parking lot while I was alone with my son, bent over trying to put him in his car seat. And I'm getting a lot of comments like this one, that how I responded to protect me and my son in that situation was over the top.
No. You were not protecting your son and yourself. You're preemptively being an asshole to push someone away. It wasn't established if the guy was an aggressor. It wasn't established if the guy was going to attack you. There was no indication whatsoever that you were in danger when it comes to imminent danger, okay? You had suspicions. You had maybe, I can't even say reasonable suspicion. I mean, what is there? The parking lot maybe is a shady part. There was nothing actively showing us that the guy was going to attack you. So I'm sorry, but we cannot pin this as a self-defense. Otherwise, we would have heard cases of self-defense where the guy attacks first, and that's self-defense. Like, no, someone has to attack first. The other person has to attack first for you to defend yourself. That doesn't work that way. You cannot preemptively fuck up people and then claim that's personal defense or self-defense. That doesn't work that way. God damn. Hold on, I want to read some of them. Look, I have every reason to not trust bad experiences as a child, but I'm fully aware that not all men are out to hurt me. So I'm not expecting past trauma as a reason to perform that way. Exactly. Again, there's going to be a lot of experiences. I'm pretty sure it's almost impossible for someone to not have, at some point, some sort of traumatic experience. Maybe not towards men or women or anything like that, but people will always have traumatic experiences or biases as they grow up. But that, again, that doesn't excuse the reaction of going over the top, ruining someone's day because you felt like you could be scared. That doesn't work that way. Also, I can't see if the double screen is in place, so let me know if the double screen is not there. It would be very embarrassing if it was.
Other people are saying he could have just been trying to help, or that someone that says, "Excuse me, ma'am," isn't a criminal. So let me ask you this. What does a criminal look like? At what point do you choose to defend yourself? Are you going to wait until somebody with...
I swear I didn't get to this part of the video. I just literally fucking answered this. When there's actually actual active aggression, or at the very least some indication, some aggressive indication that this man is going to attack you, okay? Why are people pointing out the "excuse me, ma'am" as a, like, it's not that criminals can't use that, but it's very fucking rare that someone is going to approach you in that way. It can happen, but it's going to approach you in that way, and that's going to be your first sign of, I'm going to get mugged, okay? Even the pace, like someone walking at the same rate as you behind you, that would be way more fucking suspicious than someone approaching you and saying, "Excuse me, ma'am." Okay? The problem that we have here, it's very obvious, is that there's no indication whatsoever that was actually active aggression. That cannot be self-defense if there's nothing to defend against. These questions you shouldn't be answering. It's on the fucking internet. When it comes to actual... Oh, shit. When it comes to actual law, there are some parameters that establish what is an aggression and what isn't. And saying "excuse me, ma'am" and approaching in the parking lot aren't one, okay?
with an orange jumpsuit approaches you, or maybe someone with a t-shirt that says, "I'm a rapist," or a human trafficker, or "I'm about to rob you." Whatever your threshold might be, I would suggest that you don't wait until the person is right on top of you to do something about it. And as a woman, never.
He was 30 fucking feet. Once again, man, like you're making it seem like this man was engulfing you in his presence, and this man was literally keeping his distance from your own account, right? From the own she had too much internet. From your own version of events. It doesn't seem like the man wanted to harm you. That's what we're... Again, even assuming your own version, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Never underestimate your instincts.
Okay. As a woman, that end phrase. As a woman, like, you're amazing. You know everything. I can't. So again, she paints this as like she was in some heated self-defense moment and she was protecting herself and her child from this menacing threat. And I mean, the way it was presented thus far, and I'm just going based on her words. I wasn't there. You weren't there. It does sound like a woman gone a little mad. No? Like, okay, you now have to defend what many were labeling as an overreaction by making it like you were in this moment of defending and protecting yourself and your son. I have yet to see her mention something at this point, and we're going to go on, that sounds like a real legitimate threat. And the guy probably, you know, in this, I could see if the guy wasn't doing anything wrong. Maybe he was like, hey, by the way, or whatever he was doing. Oh, wow, this woman's crazy. Walking away, like talking to himself like, wow, what, you know. Because you have a fine line here, too, of like what, like you can't turn everyone into a perpetrator just like that. You know, you can't walk through life with this sense of constant fragility to the point where everyone is now harmful, even if they're 30 feet away from you in broad daylight and saying, excuse me, ma'am. So where is that fine line? Well, let's keep going. Okay, so then a third video pops up, which struck my interest. Let's play it, Deli.
I don't know how I ended up with 50,000 new friends, but I am so happy that all of you guys are here. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. In honor of reaching 50K, I'm going to be posting an introduction video. That's actually something I don't think I've ever done before. I don't think I've actually done a formal introduction on TikTok. So I am going to be posting that. And I just want to thank all of you guys for being here and helping me create this community that supports and empowers working moms.
So girlfriend got famous, Deli. Girlfriend got famous. The power went to her head. So the question is, did she...
It's always such a red fucking flag when someone... Dude, I broke the 20,000 subscriber. I didn't make a fucking video about it. And I'm purposely trying to raise my internet presence. And this woman who had something that in her mind was an attack, celebrating she got all these followers. Like, I'm sorry, what the fuck is wrong with people all of a sudden? If people who are purposely on YouTube trying to be YouTubers and all that shit, they don't celebrate like such meaningless milestones, not in the way that you do, not the same reason, not with the same background as you. And here you come with the fucking experience that, okay, again, in your mind it was bad, but let's imagine if it was honestly bad. This video, like, what is the necessity of this? Did you not make a fucking video to expose the bad problems or something? Why are the followers a concern to you? That is so fucking weird. And then piling that up with the fact that as soon as she got in the car, she didn't drive away in fear. She made a fucking TikTok. You can literally still see the fucking parking lot. Like, excuse me, what are you trying to really achieve here? I don't understand. That cloud. I mean, that's the only assumption. I'm sorry, but this is not me being cynical. It's what she's providing us. Fucking hell. Oh, wrong one.
Do this all to get some type of reaction out of all of you. She seems a little too excited about, oh my God, I got 50,000 followers.
Yep.
Woo! What's next? Watch a few weeks now. She's going to be like, I am in a movie theater parking lot and I'm shaking and something just happened to me. I mean, you know, you just never know because they're all so dying for attention on this stuff. But I thought that was interesting that she took. Now, first of all, if you, again, these young women, if you like seize that moment and you're like, wow, I got 50,000 followers. Awesome. Like maybe just keep it to yourself, honey. You made a video about it. So now we're all like, oh, that's why she did it. Come on. She's enjoying the fame. This was like her moment, you know? This is like she went up on the stage to accept her Oscar. It's ridiculous.
Again, I've seen people who are trying to honestly get into YouTube. They don't celebrate these things. If they do, they say like, oh, they honestly have the background to say this shit, you know, that they are thankful for the people they gathered and all that because they're making videos that are purposely trying to achieve a higher position than what they are in that point in their lives, right? People are trying to actually build up an internet presence. When I see you have this story and then all of a sudden, with all this fucking timing, you want to be a TikTok star or you're in the process of being one. Excuse me, what the fuck happened there? Where all of a sudden became about the followers? It all became about the achievements that you got from this video. Oh my God, I just had a crash. That's why you don't talk. But seriously, I don't understand. I'm sorry. I'm trying to not be cynical, but it's literally what she's providing us. She's literally making a video specifically saying, oh, all these followers, how fucking lovely. What?
All right. Then people still were responding to her. So she comes. Is the last one there too? Okay, let's do that.
Wow, Wow, I failed to provide some very much needed context in my last video, so we are going to get right on that.
No one
You guys
more.
just think I scream at guys in parking lots for fun, and that is not the case. This situation has never happened to me before, and I really hope it never happens again. So first of all, we were in a mall parking lot that was completely dead. I don't know what it is about the mall in the middle of the day, but there was nobody there. Second, this was the sketchiest looking guy I have ever seen in my entire life, and I think he was trying to ask me for money because then he proceeded to walk down the rest of the parking lot looking for people to ask.
Why all of a sudden we're getting this extra fucking information? Where the fuck was this in the first video? I'm sorry? Where was this information? Don't you think that would be very important? That's very fucking shady. I'm sorry. What the fuck is this? So you didn't feel like, you know, the guy going like looking for people, that's not suspicious behavior that we would like to know? And now I'm starting to think it's a fucking lie because of little examples that you give me yourself. That's crazy. You're just destroying yourself right here. You know how many people, celebrities, there are actual assholes. They get away with things when they actually shut the fuck up. You know, when Sunny V2 did that like controversial video, I'm pretty sure he still didn't respond about, you know, that transgender person on Mr. Beast's show. He still didn't respond to that. And you were not even smart enough to not fucking talk. You had to. You were scratching like a fucking crackhead needs to. They're fixed. You needed to talk. Now I believe you're fucking capping. Not the only one here because she capping, Alisha. I mean, that's what people are gonna fucking assume. That's what happened. Help me understand. How can I not think that's the situation that we have on our hands right now? With this late information, what the fuck?
I didn't have any other form of protection. I didn't want him getting anywhere near enough to me to like knock me out and rob me. Not saying that definitely would have happened, but I didn't want to open up myself to that possibility. When I first saw this guy, I had just put my son in his car seat and I stood up to see this guy across the aisle, the other cars. I'm not sure if that's exactly 30 feet, but that's where he was. I mean, he was walking as fast as he possibly could towards me, so fast that I did not have the time to walk around to my other side of the car and get in. Finally, I definitely hadn't dropped anything. This guy wasn't trying to help me. He was coming at me from the opposite direction of where I came out of the store. In general, I am not a super paranoid person. I don't scare easily. It's actually, my husband has actually had to tell me, you need to take a little bit more precautions because there are bad people in this world. So for me to be in a situation like this that legitimately scared me, it wasn't a good situation. I did what I needed to do to protect myself and my son, and if that was an overreaction, then so be it. I would rather overreact in the moment and absolutely nothing happen than open myself up to the possibility of something happening. And again, I really hope this never happens again.
Why are those your only two options? Like, people, you're not fucking computers. You don't work in binary, okay? There could be a situation, like, again, like I said, that's why you have a fucking brain. There's so many fucking clues that people give when they are about to attack you. And you based yourself on 1 out of 1,000 fucking factors and thought, getting attacked now. What? That makes no goddamn sense. I'm sorry, but that makes no goddamn sense. Feeling fearful, being preventive, all that shit is fine. But these are defensive moves that you do. You back off, right? You keep your distance, all that shit. You don't start shouting at fucking people. That's not being defensive, that's being offensive. You don't have to be offensive to be defensive. That's in the name. Bitch, bye.
And I like talking to people in public. I'm generally pretty friendly to people in public, but this was not that.
Okay. So you notice how the story evolves? Now, because everybody's like, girlfriend, you sound crazy. You were in a parking lot. He's 30 feet away. He said, excuse me, ma'am. Now you have what is going on? Then you put a video out. Oh my God, I have 50,000 followers. Now she comes in and the story's different. The story has changed. Now it's, oh, the mall was dead. The guy was looking for money, was sketchy looking.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Actually, if it was 30 feet, maybe it was like 10. I don't know. Sounds like, you know, somebody who's making up a story. And you never notice somebody who's telling a story. I'm not saying she's lying 100%, but it does sound a little lit like that. You ever hear somebody who's in the midst of a lie? They tell you a lie.
They backtrack.
And they tell you the story, and you're like, wow. And then a couple hours later, the story's like a little different. And then, like, the next day, you're like, well, you didn't say he rang the doorbell three times. That never came up. Because when you lie, you're always forgetting. You're forgetting, like, what? Because it didn't happen that way. So you're embellishing. I think what happened was something maybe happened. She did overreact. She made this video like, oh, I'm going to seize this moment for something. and then ultimately got a lot of heat because it sounded crazy. And then she came back and had to embellish it to make it sound like there was justification for her to be like this in the car in broad daylight, right? So that's what it sounds like to me. That, and this woman is married, the poor guy. Imagine having to deal with this woman. This now, one.
So there's your answer. She's not single. But I mean, yeah, poor guy. Like, what kind of fucking reaction are these, man? Like, hey, like, I've seen people who are like this, but not towards their partners. But what a sad existence that you have to rely on that kind of fucking overreaction, and then tell yourself like, oh, if it is an overreaction, I was not an asshole. Yes, you're an absolute fucking asshole. And listen, if this happened, and he felt like, you know what, after some like I'm cool-headed now. Maybe I did fuck up. I went a little bit over the top. I was scared. That's my, justification. But maybe I shouldn't have done that. That would be fine. That would be end of story. I wouldn't even be making this fucking video. Or if I would, I would be applauding that fucking behavior. Like, I recognize that fear got the best of me and I overreacted a little bit. Shit. I shouldn't have done it. But most likely, situations like this are not going to happen again. So, maybe it's not that bad. But I overreact a little bit. That would be fine. You can say these things and people will still take you seriously. I'm sorry. That recent Abin Preach video made me realize that this upcoming generation not gonna know love. It is scary, but I feel that. As a 24-year-old, I mean, I'm very lucky that I already have a relationship, but for people around my age that I see, people who I know, it's tricky, yeah, in fact. She's on TikTok looking crazy when she should be showing love to her kid. I really hope her kid... I don't think we see his face or her face. I'm not sure. I don't even know. Oh, I don't know. I didn't see the video because obviously I'm a little bit distracted here. But I don't think you actually see the face. I don't know. But I really hope that kid doesn't get any kind of pushback from this. In fact, she should have been loving her baby. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there are focuses. And like I said, imagine... Let's take this perspective in the story. Because that's even crazier when I think about it. She chose to make a TikTok in the same place she said she could have been attacked, instead of running away with her son or child, whatever. Like, if you were honestly concerned, why the fuck did you stay in the same place as someone who you thought they were gonna attack you? Why would that be your first instinct? I honestly cannot get past that. That is very fucking scary to think that someone would jeopardize someone's own safety, their own child's safety, for a TikTok. No matter how, if you made this TikTok like 30 minutes ago, I'd be like, fuck it. At least I would not question that little point. But I have to question that little point when you make stuff like this. When you stand in the same place as you said it was very dangerous and make a fucking TikTok. What? That underplays the situation. Of course it does.
She basically had a guy 30 feet away in broad daylight say, "Excuse me, ma'am," and that has generated 5 videos worth. I mean, we're sitting here. I mean, is it me, or does the crazy sting a bit? Right? And then still, I have to defend and protect. Like, I listen, I don't know what to tell you, honey. Maybe get some mace, get something so that you feel a little bit more secure about your ability to just
No. Don't get a mace, because if she thought that was an assault, imagine who she's gonna fucking spray next time. She got in a car as a reaction this time and shouted and all this overreaction with fucking mace. Damn. That's gonna be crazy. In my country, for example, you need a fucking... I apologize to a mic. In my country, you need a license for that, which I think is a little bit crazy. Shouldn't be that advanced, but it's mace is not something that wears off in a few fucking minutes. It hurts like hell. But I mean, for other women who are not in this situation and are more cool-headed, yeah, get mace. Don't start doing this shit. And again, make actual proper assessments.
It's the world. Again, let me throw this caveat. Guys, don't approach women in parking lots. I don't care if maybe you're trying to hit on somebody, get a number. Maybe they do drop something.
Listen, the numbers and all, trying to get her number and shit like that, I agree. I mean, there are better places to hit on women, and that would be close to pervy behavior when you just approach somewhat like a woman in a parking lot to get her number. Like, bro, don't you, like, I don't know, man. Like, from all the fucking places you could have chosen, someone who's doing their groceries doesn't seem like the best place to fucking do that. But in any, like, this is where I'm going to disagree with her, of course. I think that there are situations where you can approach and should approach women. I'm not going to carry your fucking wallet to my house. I mean, for what? To be accused of robbing you? Like, understand these things. Like, my brain as a man automatically goes for this, but I believe me, the worse shit happen with less. But I'm not going to be carrying anyone else's fucking wallet, especially if there's something illegal in that. Imagine if I do take you, like, I pick up your wallet, shit, I'm in a parking lot, not going to reach you. Because it might be scary. Fuck it, I'm going to take it home and I try to contact you at a later date and all that. But then you obviously notice your wallet is gone. I called you, you know, saying, oh, I have your wallet and all that. What kind of safety do I have that you're not going to accuse me of being the one who took the fucking wallet in the first place? Maybe I cloned your fucking credit cards. That's a theory that could be possible if I take your wallet. So I'm sorry. I'm going to approach you because I'm not going to take some fucking wallet to my house that I don't own. Okay? Not the house, but the wallet. I'm sorry, but there are situations where I'm not going to be, you know, okay, because you might be scared. Toughen up. I'm going to keep my distance. I can assure one thing I can assure you from my side. I'm not going to be aggressive. I'm not going to do unnecessary shit. I'm not going to be, you know, inches away from your nose. I can assure you that, okay? I understand you don't know me, but I'm going to do the best to make the situation as comfortable as possible. But I'm sorry, but I'm not going to take someone's fucking wallet to my house, incriminating myself even if I didn't do anything, just because he thought I can be scared. Like, nah. Don't help bitch with no bags. I don't care how much she struggles. I mean, listen, if a woman needs what you call it? CPR, I think that's how you say it in English. If a woman needs CPR, as of currently, I'm not gonna, nah. Well, actually, hold on. Let's imagine that I did know, and I'm planning to learn CPR. I mean, people can know CPR in 5 minutes, but you really need to practice it with the dolls and all that kind of shit to get the best results, because CPR is not, or at the very least a perfect CPR is not as easy as it looks. It's not just pump and pump, right? You need to know a few things. But I'm not going to apply CPR to no goddamn woman nowadays, man. I'm sorry. It's sad, man, but, you know, I'm going to call someone assistance and all that shit, but I'm not going to do it. That's why I'm so resilient. You know, I have some reservations in learning CPR because I've seen some weird cases of people getting sued for that kind of shit. And people say like, oh, but there's the Good Samaritan law. That doesn't work. It may work sometimes. Help the old people, that's all. I mean, what the fuck are they gonna do, right? And for the most part, old people, they can be too naive at times. Of course, that's a bad thing, but that also means that they are not gonna think the worst of people for most part. You know, for in most situations. You can literally get in trouble for smiling at a female today. That's insane to me. Yeah, this man, what was this man's biggest offense? Talking. That's what he did. This man talked. And he was labeled as a fucking perv and shit like that. Like, I'm sorry, that doesn't work that way. It can't work that way. It's incredibly dangerous.
Know that there's also a conflict here, because then you got gentlemanly guys who are like, well, wait, but if she drops something and I'm just saying, hey, it's not worth, do not, unless you're approaching that woman because another guy is doing something shady and you're rushing to her aid. Women don't like to be approached in parking lots. It's spooky.
I would not fucking do that shit either. Again, she has a different experience than mine, of course, but I can tell you as a man, do not fucking do that. It's like the shooting thing argument, right? Like, oh, a good guy with a gun is gonna save the day. What tells the police that the good guy isn't the actual shooter? A police gets on scene, sees two guys with two guns, they're gonna shoot, they're gonna be on like their trigger is gonna be very light to both of them, because they don't know the situation. So, what would guarantee me that this girl would not take this out of fucking context? Listen, I hold as little contact with women as possible. Just for the simple fact, not because I hate women, don't get me wrong, I don't hate women. But I guess internet's ruining me a little bit, because maybe, you know, around me there, oh, that's a really good diesel price. Maybe people around me aren't like that, but I don't know people like that. So I'm not going to take a fucking risk on that. But I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to be the type of guy that shouts and makes people's, you know, people's lives unfortunate and fucking miserable because I feel like I can be scared. Like, that's not going to happen. If there's some way that I can help a woman without putting myself in jeopardy, I'm going to do it. But I'm not going to go above and beyond. Not because, again, I hate women. Not at all. But because it's fucking crazy. The same way I think women feel the same way about men in a lot of situations. But then again, as long as you have that brain of yours working and understand, like, I can't just shout at any man that I meet just because I feel scared, then that's fine by me, right? That's a good approach to have. But anything other than that, nah. Keep your cool, okay? But I understand what she might be saying. For man's safety, you know, they should consider to not do that kind of shit. I understand that. Meanwhile, women can perv all over men with no conscience. Unfortunately, yeah. It just troubles me because I have a son. And we don't know how the world's going to be in this generation, right? It's going to be scary.
Spooks us out because of how media has presented that for many years. And it just spooks us out in general. So unless, you know, I wouldn't have this reaction, something a little is going on. But some people might, right? So your safest bet is to just don't use that as an area to get a phone number and whatnot. The only reason you should be approaching a woman in a parking lot is because somebody else is bothering them and you're coming to her rescue. Is bottom line, really. Otherwise, it's just not.
No, I'm still not going to do that. I'm not going to run my risk because you might like. What was that joke? Was it Bill Burr? You know, I'm not going to do it in the case that you might like it. I'm not going to do that. You cannot pick and choose when we can approach you for those like those arguments do not work. We're not going to approach you just because now it benefits you directly. Like, no, not going to do that. Again, I'm not going to put myself at risk of having a wallet that is not mine. I'm not going to do any of that shit. But yeah, let me just finish the video. I think it's ending.
Not safe turf for you. You'll get 17 videos made up about you like this, and we'll be talking about it till kingdom come. I mean, this is some type of crazy. If you like the short clip and want to watch the full episode, click here. And if you want to connect with me.
So let me just get this white screen off my fucking face. All right, the double screen was working. I hope so. You got audio. It doesn't really matter, but fuck. But yeah, I just honestly think, you know, you gotta be moderate, right? With pretty much like nuance, right? That's why I love watching Abin preach so much. These guys know what nuance is, right? But they're not the only ones. You have a bunch of YouTubers, you have people in your lives that should have nuance when it comes to decisions in their life, right? And that's why I think most of the situation, this one including, you need to start using those brains, people. It's funny that men are the ones that are expected to approach, but when he does it, it's a problem. That's also a kind of problematic. That's another topic, but since we are on a live stream, I think I'm going to try to make a video about the first part. But that is an interesting thing that you just mentioned, because men just have so many fucking landmines when you consider that we have to be the ones approaching, but you're gonna approach it in a certain way. And to a certain extent, I would understand that. Like, you can just, you know, be overly aggressive and expect that people are gonna find that interesting, right? But it would be nice if people understood the kind of scene that men are present in right now. They were always like, that was always the case, not just now, but especially today, in today's dating world. The fucking position that we are in, that we have to approach first, that we have to do certain things. There are a few fucking secrets that you have to learn because, you know, apparently you can't approach them in a parking lot. Like, that's crazy, man. Do you understand how many fucking things we have to remember just to approach a goddamn woman in the best intentions possible? It's crazy, man. And listen, if you're not comfortable to be approaching a parking lot, let it be known. I'll be fine with that, goddammit. If I approach you in a parking lot and you're the woman that doesn't like that, if you tell me, like, you know, just keep your distance, stay there, a good man is going to keep their distance. Now, if you tell me, like, keep your distance, and I don't keep the distance, then I can assure you that would be a really good indication that the type of guy that would do this is the one that is going to attack you, and I would 100% understand your intention to shout and do whatever possible to get yourself from that situation, yourself out of that situation. I would understand that. Okay, again, you can try the polite. Here's my recommendation: that this is what the absolute guideline should be, right? And this applies to men, women, whatever. Be polite first, and then, okay, you can be straightforward, like you can be direct, but still be nice, be polite. Like I said, I would appreciate if you kept your distance. I wouldn't take that hostile, right? But respectfully, right? And I would do it. If the person at that point says, fuck no, I'm not going to do that, or he keeps approaching, then that's a really good indication that he might attack you because he is ignoring your fucking wishes. And then I would be like, that seems reasonable to me that you shouted and did all this crazy shit. But until then, until you try to de-escalate first, don't expect me to feel good about your interaction. The parking lot video is going to be the new gym video trend. That was also fucking crazy. But yeah, that's another case, you know. I hope not. We don't got a Joey's so old for that. Yeah, we don't have any master of the fucking parking lots, I suppose. It should be mall cop. But yeah, you know, that was another thing. That was exactly what I'm talking about. Like, gym is also a place that, you know, women don't like to be approached at. Cool. Right? But then you see, for example, I saw another video of a woman reacting to a video of a guy who, like, it was a video of a woman doing push-ups, and she was doing this in a very provocative way. Right? And she was obviously wearing yoga pants, like I said, provocative and all that. And there was a guy on her side, right? Not really giving a shit about what she was doing. He was on his phone, maybe talking with his wife, whatever. It was cool, right? He didn't want to see it. And this woman who was making that TikTok reacted in a way as if, like, oh my god, what kind of guy is this? He doesn't look... Bro, what is in that phone? You gotta look at that woman on your left, at that female. And even someone commented that, like, so if the guy doesn't approach... is fucking gay or something like that, you know, he's doing something wrong. If he does approach, then he's a perv, he's doing something wrong. What kind of fucking double standard is this? Can we or can we not approach? Like, seriously, so we have a video of a woman stretching, which is normal in the fucking gym, right? No matter how provocative she is and whatnot, should not be approaching her. Cool. Understood that. And there's a video of a woman saying, oh, bro, what are you doing? There's a girl right next to you stretching in all possible ways. Now he's supposed to approach? What? Like, you gotta decide. I understand some women don't speak for all. But women have to start transmitting the right ideas, otherwise people are gonna be fucking confused. Wi-Fi, what happened? I'm so happy you went live. I mean, this is so fucking natural to me. I just need someone to something to distract me a little bit, because I don't know. This might sound fucking weird, but I judge myself too hard when I'm doing live and all that. What I'm gonna say and all that, and this just helps me alleviate a little bit of that pressure. So this is cool. I like that, and I'll try to do it more often. It's just that live streams are obviously not as productive as videos. With a video, I can have a script, say whatever I have to say, bam, out. With these, you can still do that, but it's the post-production is a lot harder, believe it or not. With only... I mean, seriously, people need to establish fucking... Like, I have no problem with society rules and all that, but you gotta make them fucking clear, man. Like, what is to be expected from a guy and what isn't. Alright, it would also be nice, and there's some women that are catching the fucking memo now. It would be nice if women started approaching too. And there are women approaching now, and those are fucking godsend, right? It alleviates a little bit of pressure. This is not that the guy is not, you know, courageous, whatever the fuck, or brave, or he's just a pussy. No, sometimes we just don't want to ruin a friendship. You know, sometimes we don't want to be perceived as... what you might call it, pervs, right? There's a bunch of fucking things that you need to consider that a guy has to think about before approaching a woman. It would be nice if you alleviated that burden. If you're in the gym looking like I can, like yeah, I mean the glances, like I understand the staring to be an issue, right? Because even as a guy, you may understand this point, because if you have another guy, he's gay, whatever, and you don't judge that, but he's looking at you like a piece of meat, you wouldn't like that either. Like, we're talking about hard staring, and this motherfucker's gonna let me in or not? Bro, I'm a truck. Most guys would also feel uncomfortable with that. So next time you think like, oh, you know, why are women upset about that? They should be enjoying that as a compliment. Well, would you take it as a compliment if there was a guy staring at you like a fucking piece of meat for like hard minutes? No, of course you would feel also bad. Staring in general, you don't do that with people. But glancing, right? You're wearing something nice and people gotta look. It's like a fucking train wreck sometimes even, right? Even a train wreck that is not a nice thing to look at, you're gonna look at it because it's happening. That's it. And if you're doing something extraordinary in the gym, if you're being extra provocative, people are gonna glance. At the very least, they're gonna look. Staring, I understand, that's a problem. But, you know, glancing? Jesus. Calling guys pervs for that. You smile a lot. Regarding when people look at you. But yeah, oh Jesus, this truck is unstable as shit. But I just honestly feel like it's really fucking touchy to talk people in general, man. Like, you gotta have the right pronouns, then you gotta be in the right fucking spot, then you gotta somehow present yourself in the type of way, you know, like all these fucking things. No matter how less intimidating you try to make yourself look like, the person could always be scared of interacting with others. I mean, listen, I'm a type of guy that when he gets into the car, he immediately locks before the car locks itself. When you start, you know, riding and then, you know, at 5 miles per hour, whatever the fuck the shit locks. I do it way before. As soon as I get in my car, key fob in, and, you know, lock the doors immediately. Because I'm paranoid in that little sense. But I'm not paranoid in a situation where, you know, if there's a guy approaching the side of, is on a sidewalk and approaching the car because obviously it's walking that direction, I'm gonna be like, holy shit, I'm gonna get mugged. This is gonna be the day I'm gonna get mugged. Like, no, you gotta relax a little bit. Overcome those, you can have those thoughts, but don't react in the way, you know, I'm gonna run over this guy, you know, self-defense. You can't do that shit. But smiling a lot is also, I'm not sure if that's what you're mentioning, but smiling a lot is a great way to interact with people. But even that, it's not a guarantee. This should be alcohol for the real experience. Oh shit. I don't think glances count as staring. Of course not. I think that's why the word exists. It's a completely different thing. Sometimes a guy smiles back. I swim every day, so after my workout, I might sit in the hot tub and we have a chat. Oh, I'm sorry. Just for a little context. Your girl, woman, is that what you're saying? Then that's, yeah, you know, and it's unfortunate there's also a lot of guys that might take that, like, smile and say, oh, shit, is it blocked? Fuck. Might take that smile and think, oh, she's flirting with me. Like, no, she's just being nice, bro. And I wish that we live in a world where people took things at face value. You know, a smile is a fucking smile, and flirting is flirting. It's not that hard to fucking distinguish those things. But unfortunately, like, it seems like people don't have fucking nuance. You're a woman, okay, there you go. Just to get context. But yeah, you know, I completely understand why some women feel even afraid sometimes to smile. I also understand those struggles. You know, the same way I'm asking for women to be a little more sympathetic when it comes to men approaching them, I also understand that they go through pretty much the whole circus of men, right? There's always a fucking clowns that, like I said, think a smile is flirting automatically when she's just being nice. Oh, damn. That was a big crash. I should not be a trucker. Move. Damn it. Oh, and the car shut down. Fuck. Sorry about this. What I was saying, yeah, I understand those are also struggles, and that's why I'm nuanced to understand that sometimes women don't smile or don't behave the way you expect them because they had bad experiences. That's cool. But I wish that people apply that to everyone, not just a set group that they like, you know, or they belong to. I really wish people were a little more, what's the word? Oh yeah, human. I really like that. But we lost that along the way. I mean, listen, I don't want to sound a boomer. We've been getting better by the fucking year, right? When it comes to analyzing history, we live the healthiest time period of our lifetime, of the whole world's lifetime. So insurance crying right. This is actually a nice truck, man. Like the insurance should be costly in this fucking thing. Look at that. That's a beautiful truck, man. Like Americans know how to build trucks, so I'm gonna tell you this much. I like European trucks, but this shit is a fucking beauty, man. It's amazing. Yeah, the insurance is not gonna like that. I actually do have insurance in this fucking game. Like, they pay you something. It's like real life. They don't pay you everything. They don't have to pay what they have to pay. Wait, is that another roadblock? That's a fucking another roadblock. Bro, where the fuck am I supposed to go? I think I'm gonna do something illegal here. Hold on a second. Shit. Excuse me, officer. I'm transporting meds. I'm transporting a big ass kidney here. Alright, excuse me. Oh, shit. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's how you do it. Roadblock? Don't think so. That's how you do it. But as I was saying, yeah, I understand. I completely understand the struggle. And the same way that I ask for, what you call it, nuance. You know, this applies to everyone. Otherwise, nuance is not going to work if if not everybody does it. That would be my dream. Holy shit! Hold on a second. There's another roadblock. Why is there a roadblock? There's nothing here. This is fucking clean, man. I think this one is easy. Shit. I have a trailer. I forgot about the trailer. Oh, damn. Bro. That's advanced. I'm just alone in the fucking road, man. Alright. Damn it, dude. Wait, I think Streamlabs not fucking working because I see Alisha with a... Whoa, where's that guy coming from? What? Okay, that's all. Oh, there we go. I got it. $20. Got them, Alisha.
Crazy beach.
Thank you so much. Oh my god, that's crazy. $20. It's a sticker, but it says super chatted. What? Oh, there you go. They're looking for the meds in that container. I swear to god, it's meds. See y'all later. Have fun, eh? Thank you so much, homie. I hope I'm pronouncing the word right as well. But thank you so much, Alisha. God damn, $20. Even after all this time, I've been fucking dead. Thank you so much. Damn it. That's how, what? I'm pretty sure you said you work in medical care. I don't think you work in medical care. Are you also in the business of meds? Meds? God damn, that's a lot. Thank you so much. But yeah, I'm just gonna try to. Yeah, this delivery is long time. It's a long way. But what else can I say? As someone said, I think it was Lord Vader that said that, you know, like this future is going to be a little bit scary. It's not that we're getting worse, it's just that it's becoming very different. I was watching the other day, you know, I live in Portugal, so obviously the type of bloopers that we get from news stations are, you know, different than the United States. The United States, you have Florida Man and all that shit, but we pretty much have Florida Man all year long, right? Every fucking where is Florida, and it's a typical type of redneck blooper. And I was laughing my ass off, but most of these things, you know, they would be considered today racist or at the very least insensitive. When these people were just honestly with no malice saying crazy shit that they didn't fucking know about. You know, they were fucking idiots, but they weren't being idiots in terms of malicious intent. And I wish that we could still laugh at those fucking things and understand, like, this is not problematic. What is problematic is, actual laws they make against race, against gender, all that kind of shit. Those are the things that we should be upset, serious shit. Not, people who are non-maliciously saying things that are funny. And most of the times they tend to be funny. I wish we lived in a world where we would have more understanding and nuance. So, you got a decent check this week. I can tell. Goddamn. Maybe I should move to the United States. But, don't take this the wrong way, but it's such a weird time to go to the United States when it comes to laws and shit. What can someone brief me in, like, we're just chilling at this point, so I'm just, because I didn't catch really what the fuck was happening, but it was like this, this news about, like, transgender performers not being able to perform on stage in some state. I didn't understand what the fuck was happening, but the way that people were saying it was way too, like, unbelievably for me to believe. It felt like it doesn't seem right. People were advertising it as if it was a law against transgender people, like specifically targeting them, and I'm not sure how can you actually make a law that would play out like you, as you may know, a law cannot be specific. You cannot have a law against, like, for example, Alisha. You cannot have laws based on actual groups and shit. So it was crazy. I don't know. I cannot tell any specifics because I heard those news, but it was during that week where I was, like, chilling. Don't do that. Well, it would be a huge shock. Like, Portugal is very, like, we're not rich, but we don't lack anything either, right? We are the fifth safest country in the world, I believe so, or Europe. Might be Europe, which kind of, like, the top 10 is all, or the top 5 is all in Europe, I think. Australia's pretty safe, but I'm not sure if they're in the top 5. But we are one of the safest countries. We pretty much are labeled the first country and only country to win the war on drugs. We just essentially decriminalized them. They're still illegal to traffic and all that kind of shit, but we just help people instead of jailing them, I guess, putting them into a jail. It's a good country, man. I feel like it's I don't feel the need to move out. That's Ukraine right there. What is this? Politics, my game. Changed. That's a great company right there. Oh, in front of children. If the audience has kids under age, it would make sense. So I did hear something about that. I think it was drag queen story time getting banned. Like, listen, I saw some like, people need to understand that they are drag shows and there's obnoxiously drag shows, like obnoxious drag shows. And I saw, it wasn't really drag. What the fuck was it? I think it was that guy sent this, but if they were purposely going to a kids show or a place that has a lot of kids and doing those shows, like outlandish fucking shit, because even, like, I was mentioning the Sam Smith thing, because even the Sam Smith, it was basically shirtless and banging, like, belly dancing. It was not good. It didn't look good. Even my girlfriend was like, what the fuck am I watching? So it wasn't really something against the frames are dropping a little bit. Are we good? I'm sorry if I'm a bit choppy right now, a bit laggy, but it didn't look good. It looked excessive. But then again, it was a show, it was advertised properly, it wasn't really for kids. So I didn't have a lot of problems with that. But universally, it didn't look good. Objectively, it did not look good. It didn't look attractive in the slightest, okay? So when it comes to that, people need to understand what are we talking about? How excessive is it? Is it really just like just a transgender performing, like singing some songs that have nothing to do with transgender shit? Or, they're just performing. They just happen to be transgender. That's one thing. Another thing is, exposing kids to shit that they should be exposed. Like my latest video. You know, kids should not be around anything regarding gender and sex. You know, a lot of people got the wrong idea in my video that, oh my god, you're against transgender kids. Not just transgender kids. There's not even such a thing as heterosexual kids. This doesn't exist. Kids should not have in any way anything sexual in their life or gender related or politics even. Let them be kids. Let them play. Let them enjoy that fucking lifetime before it gets into a mess that is adulthood, okay, and teenage years and all that shit. Okay, that was my point. And the same way is like the drag shows, you know, is one thing if they're banning all drag shows. Another thing is if they're banning drag shows with when the audience is intended to be, you know, let's call it PG. We don't use that rating system. Let's call it for children, you know, like very young children, not teenagers, I suppose. I think, man, I'm the sixth most crime-riddled place. I'm in the I'm sorry, I butchered that. I'm in the sixth most crime-riddled place per capita. There you go. So what is it? Don't take any offense if this happens to be your country, or if anyone watching, I'm saying this country, okay? But that actually, like, there's a lot of countries to be in a sixth. Bulgaria. I'm sorry if you already told me your, excuse me, your country, but you need to understand my memory is not that great. I can't imagine taking my children to see a drag show where they were twerking. There you go. Like that's what I would say. That's a little bit too much. But yeah, the twerking and having kids put money to panties and chests. That's what I saw. That's right. So yeah, when people describe it like that, bro, fucking no, that should be illegal, man. It's kids, man. I don't even care if it was a transgender person. You don't do shit like that. That's fucking crazy, man. Just let kids be kids. Nice to meet you. I've watched some of your videos over the last few months. It's cool to see you live. Well, I'm not wrong. So see you live. Thank you so much, man. I don't do too much, but I'm gonna try to get it back. I'm getting a much more laid back approach to YouTube, you know, because back in a few days, what the fuck? Back in the days when I was starting YouTube and a little bit after that, I was making some streams, but I never felt too comfortable because I always felt like, you know, I judged myself too hard. You know, I always like assumed that my quality was not, and now I'm just having a very chill approach to YouTube. You know, if there's one day where I say, you know, I'm working because I still work 9 to 6, and there's a day where I'm working and I'm like, you know what, I don't feel like going home and doing a YouTube video. I just want to relax. I want to play some American Truck Simulator or some shit. I'll do it. You know, like back in the day, I was like, oh no, I can't waste a single minute because I gotta upload. Like, fuck all that shit. Now, you know, it's whenever I have an idea. If there's something that outrages me, making a video. If there's nothing, if that week is calm, I'm gonna try to make it at least once a week. You know, it's very hard to go through a week with no events whatsoever. But or if I have a video for you know, some gaming story or, you know, a documentary, I'll do whatever the fuck. I can't promise you a genre. That's the thing. You know, I like to talk about pretty much everything, so I can't really conform to a niche. I know that's maybe problematic, but I just can't. He would never guess. Fucking hell, man. There's a lot of countries that do have like that kind of violence, I suppose. Sixth safest, like actual crimes. Well, it depends. I mean, for example, America is not like United States is not in the bottom 6, I think, but they still have like the type of violence they have or the type of crimes they have. They're more violent than not when compared to other countries that do have a lot of crimes, usually white collar crimes and all that kind of stuff, but then they don't have a lot of violent crimes, you know. So it really depends. It's Trinidad. Oh, yeah, I would never come up. Again, do not take this as an insult, because most people think Portugal is like a little town of fucking Spain. So, but I would never guess that. I'll never forget the first time my son saw a transgender woman. He was fine until the person said hi. The voice had him struck. I mean, yeah. What was it? It was I was playing Saints Row, and in Saints Row you can make a male, but then put any voice on him. No, wait, no. It was Hogwarts Legacy. That's my niece. Sorry about that. It was Hogwarts Legacy, and I was making a woman, a girl, I think, or was it a guy? Oh shit! Oh, okay. I wasn't speeding. Cool. The fucking cops scared me, man. But I think I was making a girl, and then the thickest voice was the default voice. I made a video about it. I cracked my fucking. I just laughed my ass off. It was hilarious. It's just something that you don't expect, man. You do go too hard on yourself. I definitely enjoy the streams. Yeah, you know. But this helps, you know, just playing, you know, still watching out for cops even when I'm driving a truck. It's fun. But yeah, it's streaming, you know, it hurts, like it makes your, at some point your throat hurts a lot. At least I like that, you know, someone that likes to talk. There's people who do streams and they don't talk at all. It's fucking weird. But you know, throat at some point hurts, you know, it's always sometimes that there's always some setup time, but I'm gonna try to make it more organic. That's my, you know, my strategy. Just make it as a little time, like the same way that you know, go to some place, talk with friends, have that with the stream. My buddy got instantly sober after a trans bartender served him. Voice got him good. It's always a fucking voice, man. So yeah, sometimes they do a good job. I mean, I appreciate at the very least the people who say, you know what, I feel like I was born a woman, and they actually make efforts to look like a woman. I much appreciate that, other than making very fucking confusing and, you know, someone with a beard, yeah, I'm a woman. I'm gonna respect that, but it's still gonna be fucking weird to me. For him to get instantly sober, that's some fucking superpower right there.
What the fuck?
Oh damn, Phantom Evil, thank you so much for the $5, man.
Crazy bitch.
Hold on, it's a little bit loud. I gotta tone that down. But this is for YouTube content to give us all. Thank you so much, Phantom. Hey, you don't have to pay for anything I do, okay? I'll take this as kindness, but in that case, obviously, fucking hell, love you. Thank you so much. That's also the thing with streams. I mean, obviously, you get like, it can be advantageous when people are this nice. But again, don't take this the wrong way. Just because I honestly felt like, you know, it was nothing to do with you. It's honestly because I cannot stop this truck. Goddamn. It's just because I honestly was judging myself too hard, man. But I guess that's a good thing. Otherwise, that would mean that I don't give a shit about my content, right? I just feel like, you know, I do too much. And that obviously, I end up not uploading. That's a funny thing. You know, sometimes I get home and I think I gotta use every single minute. But then I waste the time in bed thinking, what should I do? What should I do? And then go like, oh, tomorrow. And I start procrastinating. You know, it's a huge problem. So now I just, you know, I get home. What the fuck do I want to do? Do I want to play with a Nerf gun? I'm going to play with a Nerf gun in the backyard. I don't give a shit. And I go fucking play with a, you know, Nerf gun. Why not? I'm just going to do more stuff, especially now that it's going to, like, the sun is going to come out, you know. Fuck it. You play that game, Transform, man. Like, it's a fucking good game, man. Like, that's what I found so bad about it. It was a cool game, you know. I didn't still finish it because I'm still, you know, with Spider-Man and Jedi. I'm still playing the other one, The Fallen Order, and I didn't get to it. But from what I played in the first minutes, it's solid. It's solid. It's not like narratively good. It's not like a crazy game. It's like a game that is mostly for, I guess, children. It's basic, but oh, I can't bypass. Okay, it's basic, but it's good. It's a game that is well polished. Didn't give me any bugs. You know, didn't lag. I mean, it was solid. It was good. I use AdBlock. This is how I support content creators. It's all good, man. Yeah, I mean, it's very like. I also use AdBlock. I mean, actually, I don't use AdBlock because in the end of the day, I'm using my phone, and I don't mind the ads for the most part because I don't watch YouTube that much. But there's a few on the computer that obviously I still have AdBlock. that I disabled specifically. But then again, it doesn't really matter, man. Like, if my videos don't make any fucking money, the only videos that I have a problem not making money are the ones that get copyright claim, because I know for a fucking fact that I don't do copyright. The last one that I did about, you know, GTA 5, which was that little meme, you know, with the Sopranos, Paulie, and you know, you can see it. It's in my feed. I loved making that video. I learned to do green screens. It was really fucking cool, and I thought it was like funny. Headlight. Oh shit. He's right. It was fun, but then I got a copyright claim, even though it's a completely fucking original work, because I green screen every single fucking frame and I put into a different perspective. It's a parody, and it still got copyright claimed. But I'm not gonna fucking fight it because it's not worth it at all. I don't care what they say about the game for my children. I mean, it's fun, especially for, yes, for children, man. Like, especially this generation that doesn't really know a lot about Harry Potter. Like, it was great. Even I was kind of like a late bloomer when it comes to Harry Potter. So I watched all the movies before the game came out. Played it. It was cool. It extended the lore a little bit. It also destroyed it a little bit. But you got to be very picky, like I am, to have a problem with the lore that they put in the game. But the game is pretty fucking cool. It does what it needs to do. You know, it's a very concise game. It takes a long time to finish everything, so it's a long game. It keeps you entertained for long hours. That's it. Solid. It has a combat system that, obviously, for the hardcore gamer like myself, it's not that great. It's not like Batman or whatever, but it was good. And they even have a, that's a fucking crazy thing. They're one of the rare games that have transgender character in the fucking game. And even that didn't shut the people. It's fucking ridiculous. Especially when J.K. Rowling had in no way participated in the fucking game. There was nothing that would link J.K. Rowling other than the intellectual property. It's fucking crazy that people would have a problem with that and go like, oh, I'm gonna cancel this game. Bro, out of all the fucking games that you could cancel, you're gonna cancel this one. Harry Potter game, and like, come on. It was fucking stupid. Like, we're talking about Warner Bros. You know, like, they have in no way connections with J.K. Rowling, other than, again, they had to pay for her IP. I guess that. I mean, but then again, I don't fucking care if she's already rich, man. Like, you think, oh, I'm gonna make a moral stand by not paying her. It's a fucking drop in the ocean. It's not even a thing. Like, if it was something that many people were gonna do, boycott the game, I would understand, but no one fucking boycotted that game. Most people were like, bullshit. There's no reason to boycott this. See, I always, like, my family has an RV, and we did a lot of, like, night travels and shit like that. This is exactly it. I really like the whole environment of, like, the road, very dark, with the little reflective things on the side. I would like to have an RV. Jesus.
Crazy Beach.
Jesus, Alisha, thank you so much for the $10. I gotta make that sound a little bit less fucking loud, but thank you so much. Oh, this is a sticker. Thank you so much. I don't care what they say. Oh yeah, I already read that. I'm sorry for that. Please smash the like button, y'all. That would be appreciated. Thank you so much, Alisha. Let me just... Hey, as long as I talk, you know, like I have company, that's great. Let me just see if I can park this one. The other one was way too complex for me to do it, but this one should be easy enough. And this is one of those games that is just completely built for, you know, streaming and playing, because it's like a brain dead thing. Shit. You know, you just gotta be careful. Even though I did crash once. But you just gotta be careful with the cars. It's fun. It's like, you know, driving while, you know, you have someone beside you talking in the passenger seat. Just because she told the truth, she gets paid. I mean, I've seen some remarks that I don't agree with her. But there was also, like, people make it seem like every single shit she says about that business was, like, outlandish, and it's not outlandish. Her saying shit like, you know, I respect transgender people. I just don't think like people who don't have wombs are actual women. Like the way people were making it seem like she was a terrorist, and when she literally says things like, you know, I respect transgender people, like they do whatever they want, but I just don't believe people without a womb are actual women. Here's the thing, I understand people like to make the whole separation between gender and sex, and I find that cool because, you know, it makes it less confusing. But in the end of the day, we all know that she was talking about the biological side of it. Even if she did use the words man and woman, she was referencing male and female. And no shit, a male will never, at the very least for now, ever be able to have kids. They don't have a womb. That's it. That's done deal. Okay, if they feel like they're women, that's one thing. And like I said, I'm not going to be the type of jerk that says, you know, you can't be a woman, fuck you. Like, I'm not going to say that shit. Whatever pronouns you want, I'll use them. I don't care. But when it comes to... I don't think I'm going to be able to spark this. But when it comes to biological side, I'm sorry, but there's literally no fucking way you're going to be able to have kids. You know? There was this one video, I think it was a Matt Welsh audience, and it doesn't really get this one, that was addressing and asking questions. They were EMT, right? A transgender EMT. This person was a transgender EMT. And Matt asked, okay, so if you were to see a man in a medical emergency claiming that he had a miscarriage, would you attend to him because as he was, you know, saying that it was a miscarriage, would you actually evaluate that possibility? And a transgender EMT was like, no, but, and after that, man, like, do you even really need to say anything? It's a biological, a lot of the reason why people get mad is because they don't recognize there's a biological thing, and then there's how you identify yourself. And one thing is being respectful to how you identify yourself. I'm going to use the pronouns that you want and respect you, because I don't like to, you know, it's like people, at least when I went to school, there were people that didn't like their first name. They wanted to be called by their second. And that's not an issue, you know, like I called them by the second. I never was a kind of asshole to be like, no, I'm going to still call you by the first name because that's your actual name. Like, no, I'm going to call you whatever the fuck you want, right? Make it reasonable. You know, I'm not going to call you daddy or some shit like that, but make it reasonable. But then there's the biological side. And I'm sorry, when it comes to the biological side, there's nothing that has to do with how we perceive it. 7 minutes, I'm not going to make that one. It's not how, it doesn't matter how we perceive it. It just doesn't work that way. And, you know, I wish people knew that, you know, and they stop trying to make people seem like, you know, they're fucking assholes that are denying people's existence. No, you know, when they say, this is my opinion about biological people, that's it. Or, no, I'm sorry, this is my opinion, or my take, I guess, on the whole biological case. That's it. That's a people's opinion. Then you know, you can get mad, I guess. You can not watch their content or follow them, whatever. You can be mad at people. That's your liberty. But the fuck you wanted me to say? It's not like I feel like your boycott is going to be rational, because it's not going to be rational. Oh yeah, the. Hold on a second, I gotta catch some backlog here. Everyone gave Twitter the middle finger. I bought a copy for myself and my daughter, because people were trying to tell us what to do with our money. Yeah, I mean, it completely backfired. I was gonna buy the game regardless what the fuck YouTube did, or Twitter did. I didn't even do it to piss them off. It was just honestly, you know, I don't make my decisions based on how people are gonna be pissed off or not. I don't give a shit. But like you said, you didn't give a shit what, you know, what people were telling you to buy, so you bought it. And it just obviously backlashed, because even people who were typical assholes when it comes to the discussion of, you know, transgender issues, for example, like Hassan, how, you know, he obviously always pins people as transphobic and whatnot. He's very quick on the trigger on that shit. Even him was like, you know what? I would play the game if I would, like, if I could. But he decided to not play the game because he knew he would get harassed by the audience that he created, which is a very intolerant fucking audience. I guess killed by his own petard, but I don't feel bad. But it is a good example of how, you know, cancel culture gets every fucking one. No matter if you try to play on their side, it will get you at some point. But yeah, I saw a lot of YouTubers, girlfriend reviews, I think it was. I love it, how ironic it is, you know, like that people have a problem with some buying the game, but they could feel completely comfortable in harassing and bullying a girl. That's great to fucking see how people their brains work flawlessly there. I'm sorry, hold on. Yeah, I mean, some of them were pussies, but some of them were honestly just... I didn't give a fuck. I made a video about it. I didn't give a shit. But people were honestly, some of them being threatened and shit. Death calls and shit. It was fucking crazy. So in some of them, it's justified. I have one boy and one girl. There's nothing after that. Exactly. A man can never be a woman and vice versa. I'm still treat you like a human. Yeah, there you go. I think that's the standard that we should have. Humanity. That's it. In the end of the day, I'm not gonna be the type of idiot that's gonna stand in your way to celebrate your life in any way you want. Go live your life, okay? But I have a problem with people that try to force opinions on me. I don't like that shit. I'll hear your opinion, and if you change my mind, you change my mind. But do not fucking try to shame me or boycott me because you feel like, you know, we don't share the same opinion. So fucking what? I don't think you're a bad person if you have a different opinion than me. What I do feel like you're gonna be a bad person for is trying to cancel others and try to directly affect people's livelihood because you just don't agree with them. That's fucking asshole behavior. That is very self-centric. The world doesn't revolve around you and your opinion, so go fuck yourself kindly. I got banned from public freakout for stating biological facts. I mean, subreddits, for the most part, they can be incredibly fucking chaotic, to say the least. Which one was it? I think it was Gaming Circle Jerk, whatever the fuck. I didn't get banned, but I got downvoted like a motherfucker for stating, like, for example, I think it was a time when Brie Larson was... Brie Larson? Is that her name? Or am I confused with another one? Alison Brie. I think it's Brie Larson. She was having all this hassle behavior, and, you know, it was at the time that she was being called out by people. But this fucking Game Circle Jerk, as the name indicates, they had a huge problem with people criticizing her, even though it was fucking obvious that she was being a piece of shit human being. And, yeah. I got downvoted for stating the obvious. When you go, some of these subreddits are pretty much circle jerks. And if you don't state what they defend, you're done for. Even though I don't know exactly what happened, I don't know if you said some crazy shit or not, that can always happen. But from your version, I can assure you that I also had like a similar story. I didn't get banned again. But obviously got downvoted to a motherfucker just for simply saying, you know, there was a post appreciating Brie Larson. I was like, no, she was pretty much the asshole in this version. And holy fuck, man, did I piss off the fucking incels. Jesus. Actually, no, it was the opposite. I'm sorry, it was Sims. They want us to believe that transgender religion, and they'll do it by force if they need to. He's gone too far. I don't think it's a religion, but like any religion, even if you compare it to religion, I'll let it fucking stay. You know, like, I celebrate your religion, I don't care. Don't drag me with it. You know, like, don't try to convince me that I gotta follow Christ or I gotta follow Buddha. Hey, listen, I've went through Sunday school. I'm still agnostic. You know, when people, and the same way that I don't like religious people forcing their opinions on me, like you're saying, I don't want transgender people forcing their opinion. And sometimes not even transgender people, honestly. There's a lot of transgender people who are like, I'm gonna buy Hogwarts Legacy. It seems like a cool game. Fuck y'all, right? it was like these white saviors, you know, the typical stereotype that you see on Twitter of fucking assholes that feel like, you know, they're defending someone when they're really not. They're just having their little ego trip and masquerading it as being nice and progressive, shit like that. Let me just make this turn, otherwise I'm gonna fuck myself here. Do not mess around with trains here. Oh, I don't have a trailer. That's fine. Can you just do this turn here? Oh! That's fine. I'm just gonna run over this fucking billard or some shit. That's great. This vehicle is brand new, dude. I'm already damaging at 8%. Downvotes only make me stronger. I didn't give it. It was a pretty much. I think it was the first time and last time I honestly tried to get into. You know, I was interested in getting to Reddit communities. When I started looking at that karma shit, that essentially got to work to build karma. What the fuck is this? I already have a 9 to 6 job. Okay, I already do YouTube. I don't want a third job. The fuck is this? I'm pretty sure I didn't even read that, but that's exactly what I said. Yeah, there were people that said, you know what, I'm gonna buy the fucking game. It's like, you know, remember when Dave Chappelle said that stuff about that Dave Chappelle said about what was her name? That transgender friend that he had, Daphne, right? It wasn't, you know, the conservatives or Republicans that fucking hate transgender people that got her killed. It was the people who were bullying her for defending Dave Chappelle that was talking about transgender issues. He wasn't talking against him. He was talking his opinion, and her defending him got him pretty much like such a fucking depression that at some point, like, okay, we cannot say indefinitely what. Oh, I can bypass. Sorry about this. We cannot say indefinitely that was the reason why she killed herself. We don't know. But fucking hell, man, getting bullied a week before someone killing themselves, it's very suspicious. And again, it was other transgender people, or it was people that defended transgender supposedly, and they led to the death of a transgender person. It can't be more ironic than that. And that just proves that people are just assholes in general. And they, like I said, they don't really want to help others. They just want to be right. Should I leave here maybe? Yes, yeah, definitely. There you go. I thought I got the name wrong, but no. Bible bashers. Yeah. But yeah. And that was like, you know, you even if I didn't know Daphne, it was like saddening to me because that was a true case of bullying. And no one gave a shit about that. Hogwarts Legacy, holy fuck, you know? Hogwarts Legacy is such a threat to transgender people. Actual transgender people dies. A transgender person dies because they were bullied to such point. No one farts their fucking name. No one gives a shit. Like, explain me that. Explain. I can't understand that. By her own community. Like I said, most of the times it's even white saviors, you know, people who are not inserted in that group and they feel like, oh, we're gonna defend this group. So much so that they end up making someone depressed to the point of death. I'm sorry, but you're not protecting anyone. But yeah, fool yourself on that shit. But yeah, those are the sad little things that I see all around me. And it just makes it maddening to see how the fucking world perceives certain situations. Like, it's bad to make jokes about transgender people. Oh, but can I bully them? Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Go ahead. If they don't share your opinion, fuck them. Right? It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. Park this. Maybe I should, my ass is going flat, and you know what that means. I've been here for too long. 1 hour and 30. I guess that's my stop point. Oh shit. Oh. Yeah, my ass is completely, like, you know, the bone that is in the lowest form. Jeez, this chair is, I'm looking for a good chair, but fucking hell, man. I find no place to try them out. This is not the United States where you can go to a huge ass fucking warehouse with a bunch of desk chairs. Here, it's very tricky to get those places. I went to IKEA. pretty much all shit. So, unfortunate. Yeah, let's spark here. All right. Yeah, span the time. All right, so I'm going to stop it here, I think. There you go. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I'm gonna end it here. I'm all sweating the back and all that kind of shit. It's scratchy. It's just awful. So thank you so much to everyone who appeared here. Obviously, this is a new format because it's so easy to make, man. I fucking love just being on a truck and talking about shit. Even though if I get distracted, crash into cars, whatever. But the funny thing is, women went hard to get rights. They said white men kept from them, only to let white men in dresses take those same rights back. It's like that thing that what do people say? Oh, you know, men are so good at everything. They are even the best women. When, you know, Caitlyn Jenner won the Woman of the Year. And we were saying like, oh, men are so fucking good. We even win Woman of the Year. And that was crazy to me, but that was fucking hilarious because it is incredibly ironic. And obviously the transgender, you know, the transgenders in sports and all that. That's also another hot topic. Yeah, you saw that like gymnast, college gymnast. I think no, not gymnast, swimmer. I think it was swimmer. You know, saying like, how the fuck is this in anywhere fair? You know, they showed the picture of this woman and she was a buffed out fucking dude. They're like, come on, man. Like, biologically, you cannot allow this to happen. But yeah. Good stream, love the discussions. Yeah, I also like this too. I mean, like I said, I was going to play a truck simulator either way. Every time I have, like, I don't want to do it at nighttime, but anytime I want to talk, I want to drive and talk, here we go. Yeah, thank you so much. Lord Vader, Phantom Evil, Alisha, or anyone who hasn't spoken but still watched. So let me just see an analytic here. Very quick. Yeah, so this was really nice. 31 euros, or actually 32 euros in general for what you guys gave me donations. What the fuck? That is crazy. You guys are fucking lovely. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Later, it was nice. So yeah, see you guys.